ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति 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 प्रज्ञानाशु प्रतानै स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विधिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् समति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः
Mandukya Karika, 4th chapter, Alata Shanti Prakarana. Read Karika 5.
ख्याप्यमानामजातिं तैः अनुमोदामहे वयं विवदामो न तैः सार्धम् अविवादं निबोधत.
So these Satkaryavadin and Asatkaryavadin, Sankhyas and Vaisheshika, etc., arguing among themselves, point out the defect in the other's statement and thereby prove that both of them are wrong. That itself establishes the third possibility of nothing being born from Brahma. This says, Satkaryavadi says, Karya, effect is an existent entity and it is born. It is not correct. Others say Karya is non-existent entity and it is born. From non-existent, nothing is born. Both wrong. So therefore, nothing is born from Brahma. And Gaudapada says, we approve this. We approve this. That is what they say. We have seen this Karika. Let us see the Bhasya. Read Bhasya Tairevam.
तैहि एवं विरुद्धवदनेन अन्योन्य पक्ष प्रतिपद.
No. Khyapyamana vajatim evam. 5th.
तैहि एवं ख्याप्यमानाम् अजातिम् एवं अस्तु इति अनुमोदामहे केवलं न तैहि सार्धं विवदामः पक्ष प्रतिपक्ष ग्रहणेन.
Evam, in this manner, as told in the earlier Karikas, Taihi, by those both Satkaryavadi, Satkaryavadis. Khyapyamanam ajatim. By dismissing each other, what they do? They establish, they show what? Ajatim. There being no birth of creation. There being no birth of jiva. So in Paramartha, in reality. So ajatim evam astu. Evam means what? Satkaryavada is wrong, Asatkaryavada is wrong, and therefore Paramarthata, from the absolute standpoint, we are not talking Vyavaharata, not from the empirical standpoint. From the absolute standpoint, there is no creation. So that is what? Evam in this manner. Ajatim eva astu. Let it be so. Iti anumodamahe. We approve. Actually, anumodamahe also can mean we rejoice. We are happy about it. Means we approve that. Kevalam na tayi sardam yudama. Kevalam means merely, simply we accept it. That is the truth. Taihi, with them, taihi sardam, with them, na vivadama. We will not argue. How? Paksha pratipaksha grahanena. Paksha pratipaksha grahana means, that is, take into account disputed point on both sides. Points raised by one will not be accepted by the other. So paksha pratipaksha grahana, by pointing out the contrary aspect points is that na vivadamaha yatha, just as these schools of thoughts, anyonyam iti abhipraya, they argue with each other. This is the stand taken by Gaudapada Acharya here. At other places, Vedantins have refuted these people. But Gaudapada Acharya doesn't want to go in those things here. It says, by their very argument, what is that? Ajati, absence of creation, is established. Nothing to be done. Nothing else needs to be done. Continue. Yatha te anyonyam iti vipraya. Just as they argue with each other, we don't argue. Continue. Ataha.
Ataha tam avivadam vivadarahitam paramartha darshanam anujnatam asmabhihi nirbodhata he shishyaha.
Asmabhihi nibodhata he shishya. Ataha. Ataha means because ajati, absence of absolute creation, is acceptable to us. Therefore, tam avivadam. Tam means asparsha yogam. Asparsha yoga. Nothing means no contact with other. Only Brahman and Brahman alone. Avivadam. Avivadam means free from any difference of opinions. Avivadam means vivadarahitam, free from disputes. What is that free from? What is that free from dispute? Paramartha darshanam, the direct cognition of Paramartha Swarupa Brahma, called Asparsha Yoga. Anudnyatam asmabi, Anudhyatam, consented, permitted by us. Asmabi. He Shishyaha Nibodhata. O your disciples, please know it to be so. We accept what is established by them as Asparsha Yoga, which is Paramartha Darshan. Continuing, read Bhasya.
सरसद्वादिनः सर्वे अपि इति.
So, all these Sadhusadvadi, different, they may be different people, but this is what they have to say. What they have to say in nutshell is told in Karika 6, 7, and 8. So Sadvadi, Sankhya, Satkaryavada. Asadvadi, Asatkaryavadi, Vaisheshika Nayayikas. This is what they have to say, which is not correct. Actually, these three Karikas are repeated from the earlier chapter. Earlier chapter, chapter 3, Karika 21, 22, 23. The 21 and 22. Page 159, 160, 161, 159 and 160. Kailas Ashram. Read Karika 6. Yes. 20, 21, 22. 3. 6, 7, 8. Chapter 3. Karika 20, 21, 22. Here repeated. Why repeated? We'll see afterwards. Read 6.
अजातस्यैव धर्मस्य जातिमिच्छन्ति वादिनः अजातोऽयमृतो धर्मः मर्त्यतां कथमेष्यति.
Vadinaha, argumentators. Who are they? Satkaryavadi, Asatkaryavadi. Ajatasya eva dharmasya. Of dharma. We have seen there in those earlier chapter Karikas, in the place of dharma, the word bhava is there. Bhava. Whether that bhava or dharma means atma. Atma also is called dharma. So, that is, these argumentators, what they do, icchanti, desire means accept. What they accept? Jatim. Jatim is janma, birth. What type of birth? Paramarthika. Real birth. Like a seed becoming a sprout and the tree. So, jatim of what? Ajatasya eva dharmasya jatim. Of Atma, which is never born. Even though it appears as Jiva, It is not born. Why? Because that jiva is just like reflection, like that of the sun in the water. There is nothing called as real in reality jiva. All that is reality is sun only. No reflection. But for practical purpose, appearance, that appears to something else. That is what they take to be real one. No. Ajatasya means swabhavataha janmarahitasya. That Atma, Jiva, by its nature itself is birthless. And of such Atma Dharmasya, their Bhavasya is there. Jatim, that Paramarthataha, in reality, the birth. Vadinaha, these argumentators, Icchanti, etc. See, the rule is Swabhavat na nivrittihi. No entity gives up its nature, its innate nature, because an entity is defined by its innate nature. The sun, the bright and the brilliant one, it never gives up the light and the brightness and the heat. That's what it defined. So, swasvabhavasya na nivritti. One's innate nature can never end, never can get destroyed. But this Vajna is what? Jati vichanti, paramarthata jati vichanti. They say Atma, which is unborn, is really born as Jiva. That's what they say. For which, and the rejoinder is given. Ajataha hi amrutaha dharma. And unborn Atma is amrutaha, immortal, indestructible. Katham martyatam eshati prapnoti again. How can it become destructible? How it can become destructible means, or how can it be born in reality? An ever-existent entity, never changing, cannot be born as something, because any birth needs vikara, change in the cause karana. So katham prapnoti means is a kaku prayoga. It cannot be born as an ajiva or atma. Bhasya purastat.
पुरस्तात् कृत भाष्यः श्लोकः.
We have forgotten, but Bhashyakara has not forgotten. He says, I have already commented upon this earlier. Earlier where? Karika 20 of chapter 3, page 159. Purastat, earlier. Krita Bhasha shloka. The shloka is the one on which already I have commented earlier. So reminds, if you have forgotten, go and read it. Read next one, 8.
न भवत्यमृतं मर्त्यं मर्त्यं न मर्त्यममृतं तथा प्रकृतेरन्यथा भावः न कथंचित् भविष्यति.
Amrutam, this is Karika 21 of chapter 3. Repeated it. अमृतम मर्त्यम न भवति तथा मर्त्यम अमृतम न भवति। प्रकृतेः अन्यथा भावः कथंचित न भविष्यति। अमृतम, that which is immortal, ever existent entity, never destructible, paramartha sat, amritam, martyam na bhavati. It cannot become destructible. It cannot be born as something. That is what it said. In Bhagavad Gita. Na bhavo vidyate sataha. Sataha abhava na vidyate. Sat, ever existent entity, can never cease to exist. Other way, na sato vidyate bhava. Asat, non-existent entity can never have existence. That's what is told, asked here. Say tatha, so also. Martyam amrutam na bhavati. Martya, a destructible, which is truly not there, cannot become ever existent entity. Sata na bhava, na sato vidyate bhava, asataha bhava na vidyate. That which is truly not there cannot have any real existence. So not tatha. Why do you say so? How do you say so? What is the principle behind this? This is what it is. What you have seen earlier, swasvabhavat no nivritti. Gaudapadacharya tells us, prakritehe anyatha bhava. Prakriti here is the true nature of a given entity. The real nature of a given entity. Anyatha bhava, becoming contrary to one's nature. Deviation from one's real nature. Anyatha bhava. No kathanchit na bhavishyati. Can never take place in any manner whatever. Whatever you do, say, the real nature of one's cannot be given up. Colloquially said no. See, a dog's tail can never be straightened. Even to straighten, you put in a tube, moment you move, it will get curly. That is, one's nature cannot be given up. In Kannada it is said, in other language also, ಹುಟ್ಟ ಗುಣ ಘಟ್ಟ ಹತ್ತಿದರೂ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. The inborn trait of a person, the inborn nature of a person will never go, even if he climbs ghatta. Ghatta means ghat, an elevated place. Means even if he does some such strenuous hard work, his innate nature will not go. That's what generally said. Means people, it is hard for people to give up their nature. So na kathanchit bhavishyati. So that is the nature of an entity can never become something contrary to it. Take the next, read the next Karika 8.
स्वभावेनामृतो यस्य कर्मो गच्छति मर्त्यताम् कृतकेनामृतस्तस्य कथं स्थास्यति निश्चलः।
यस्य add vadinah स्वभावेन अमृतः धर्मः मर्त्यताम गच्छति मर्त्यताम गच्छति तस्य एड वादिनः कृतकेन अमृतः निश्चलः कथं स्थास्यति यस्य वादिनः in the case of which argumentator स्वभावेन अमृतः धर्म धर्म again atma paramatma and word used for this in the earlier chapter Karika is bhava स्वभावेन अमृतः. The Vadi who accepts that Atma by its nature is what? Amrita, indestructible, immortal. Says that Atma martyatam gacchati. If it is born in reality, you say Atma is indestructible. And really it is born as something else, as jiva, etc. In that case, tasya vadinah, in the case of that vadi, argumentator, disputant, krutakena amritaha. Krutakena, that which is a karya effect, that which is made, in contrast to naisargika, of natural. Say, means which is created. Krutakena amritaha nischalaha katham stasyati. That unborn, ever existent Atma, because of being made or prepared or that or being a karya as some jiva or jagat, of that Atma, amrutaha, again, krutakena, because of being having become the karya. How it can remain, stasyati, remain, become what? Nischalaha, amrutaha, nischalaha. Nischala means steadfastly in the sense, amruta swabhavataya, in its nature of being immortal, indestructible all the time. Says, how that immortality can remain? Because if it is all along immortal, indestructible, it can never be a karya. You accept its indestructibility, at the same time you say that it is born as something else. This is a contrary statement. It cannot hold good. So the question arises, why Gaudapadacharya has quoted these three karikas here, which is already explained in the earlier chapter. Bhashyakara gives the reason. Read Uktarthanam.
उक्तार्थानां श्लोकानां इहापि उपन्यासः परवादिपक्षाणाम् अन्योन्यविरोधाख्यापितानुपपत्त्यनुमोदनं प्रदर्शनार्थः।
Uktarthanam shlokanam iha upanyasa. Upanyasa, narration of verses, karikas, uktarthanam, which were told earlier in the chapter 3. Again, their repetition here, upanyasa, narration, repetition, is for to show this fact with respect to this vadis, argumentative. Paravadi pakshana. So, paravadi pakshana. So that is of the opponents. Anyonya virodha khapitan upapatyanumodana pradarshanartha. It is like this. Anyonya virodhena khapitasya anupapattehe anumodana pradarshanartha. Anumodana pradarshanartha. To show our acceptance to what? Anupapatti, untenability, impossibility, shown by who? Virodhena khapitasya. Shown how? By pointing out the mutual contradiction between their arguments. Argument of one is dismissed by the other. So it's a pradarshanaartham. Anumodana pradarshana. We approve that. To show our approval to their mutual, to their dismissal of mutual stand taken by them. Means both are wrong, we accept. They are proved by argument that they are wrong, one another. We accept that the stand taken by both is wrong. And therefore, what gets established is the ajati, absence of paramarthika creation, absence of creation in reality, though a seeming appearance, a vyavaharika jagat may be there or is there. That's why we are trying to what? Retrace back to our Swarupa, as if we are exiled from Brahma Swarupa, suffering the samsara as a jiva, mistaking it to be real. Now, step by step, the moksha is led to discover there is neither jiva nor samsara. All that is there is Parabrahma, Paramanda Sarupa, Brahma, for which a disposition is this Shuddha Nischala Antakarana, which needs to take to Shravana inquiry into one's real nature and directly know for certain this is me, be aware of Chaitanya, me, free from features of upadhis in terms of cognition. Let them be there. Not let them be there. At the last lap of this cognition, it has to be antakarna only. Antakarna is withdrawn from its usual functioning of getting preoccupied in the Vishayas. But in that state, the residual sanskaras of antakarna are there. They need to be there. Otherwise, the antakarna, this with such disposition, which can reveal our Swarupa, is not possible. In Jivan Mukti, no doubt, antakarna with residual sanskaras is bound to be there even when you directly cognize your Swarupa. In Videha Mukti, it can go. That is what that is the only possibility in our human embodiment to gain the Atmajnana Brahmajnana. So what is important is not the presence of samskaras of subtle antakarna, but there is no cognition of upadhis. That's what is called a nirvishesha. In terms of your experience, what you are aware of in terms of nirvishesha, nirguna, which is enabled by this particular state of antakarna, which is nirvikalpa, free from division, wherein Atma Swarupa is already ascertained. So paroksha, this aparoksha, where, what is that? The discovery in the inquiry is subjected to one's personal experience verification. What is called as by Bhagavan as Vijnana, Anubhavikarana, Jnana Vijnana. Bhagavan Krishna draws the distinction by Jnana and Vijnana when they are together used. Jnana as knowledge gained through Shastras, and Vijnana is its direct experience, wherein experienced and experiencing vritti, the triputis are absent. All that is there is self-experiencing Atma. So you are not doing something to experience. All that you have done here so far is undo what you have done. What remains is Atma Anubhava. This cannot be denied. And if this one is not aware of this, it is only paroksha jnana, indirect knowledge, not aparoksha jnana, otherwise called Brahma Sakshatkar. Perhaps you may know, or you may be surprised, that traditionally we know that Brahma Sutras are composed by Vyasas. It is true, but Vyasas have got this knowledge from none other than Bhagavan Shiva. They learned from him and then compose the sutras, aphorisms, by using their intellect, strictly in accordance with the pramana. This evidence is available in that Shiva Rahasyam, in an epic like Mahabharata, Ramayana, so in lakhs of verses. Somehow it is not in much limelight. Even the manuscripts are very scarce, very rare, and printed books full of mistakes means needs a lot of editing. It is mainly centered on Bhagavan Shiva, Shiva Lingas, the ways of worshipping Shiva, Sahasranama, Tirtha Kshetra, different great devotees, etc. Except in its sixth ansha, sixth part. Pure Vedanta at its top level is that. It is called as Rubugita. Therein, in the second chapter, second verse says that in every Manvantara, Manvantara is the period of one Manu. In a Kalpa, there are different Manus. And in that Manvantara, a sage called Vyasa. Everyone calls Vyasa only. We don't know same Jiva or some other different, but called Vyasa. They go to Kailas with all bhasmas and all that and living a very rigorous life of discipline. And from Bhagavan Shiva, they get this Brahma Vidya. Having received it, they compose in terms of Brahma Sutra, Pramanya, strictly as per the Vedanta Shastra as taught by Bhagavan Shiva. The teaching that corresponds to first sutra, Athato Brahma Jidnyasa, Ataha Brahma Jidnyasa Kartavya, Adhyara has to put. Atha, after again the sadhana sampatti. Ataha, because this karma and upasanas cannot give the highest thing in life. The Brahma Jidnyasa Kartavya. One has to inquire into Brahma. Shravana, Shravana to ascertain the Swarupa. Manana to get rid of doubts. Further he says, by the import, Spurana, that you have got from Mahavakya, that Brahma Dhyatavyaha should be meditated upon, corresponding to Nididhyasana. What for? Says clearly, Brahma Sakshat Krute. Krute means for the sake of Brahma Sakshatkar. What is Brahma Sakshatkar? The remaining a Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, self-evident, to the total exclusion of the cognition of the Visheshas or Gunas. That is what is Atma Anubhava, Aparoksha Anubhava. That is that this is my Swarupa, that is Aparoksha Jnana. So, even the very teaching on which Brahma Sutras are made makes it clear. Nididhyasana, dhyana has to be taken for the sake of Brahma Sakshatkar. But Sutra doesn't say that. So Bhasya says, how long this jidnyasa to be taken to gain the knowledge? What type of knowledge? Avagati paryantam jnanam. Bhashyakara says, knowledge should be up to the point of avagati. Avagati word is synonym of Brahma Sakshatkar. So, avagati, Brahma Sakshatkara, Atma Anubhava, all these are what? One and the same. That is what Vedanta Shastra Pramana says. At final level, where Vedanta Pramana has dropped because Pramata has gone. Phalavapti is not operating. It can't make you know the very bimba of which this is a reflection. What is the pramana which makes you aware of what you are? This Anubhava Swarupa itself is experience. So therefore, those who raise the slogan of Pramana, 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 Vedanta, Pramana, etc., and therefore Vedanta is Pramana, therefore Anubhava is not required, they unfortunately are not aware that at the final lap, this Anubhava Swarupa, this Atma Vichad Anubhava, that is the Pramana which makes you aware of what you are. So this need to be investigated. So here, by this mutual contradiction, they have established Ajati, Asparsha Yoga, all that is there is Brahma and Brahma alone, and you know it because it is self-experiencing principle, self-knowing principle, self-evident principle, Swayam Jyoti, Swaprakasha. All that you have to do is remove all obstructions which obstruct you this cognition or being aware of what our Swarupa is. So it is only to that show that we approve what they argued in terms of dismissing each other. Now, what was told in the 7th Karika, line 2, Prakritehe anyatha bhavaha na kathanchit bhavishyati. Prakriti, real nature of an entity cannot become something else or contrary to what it is. This is now proved by showing the real nature of a thing or entity even in this empirical world, which is the product of ignorance, which is the Maya Karya, born of ignorance. Even in this world, in Vyavahara, the real nature of an entity is never given up. If this is true, how much true it must be that in Paramartha, in the absolute reality, the real nature is not given up. Kaimotika Nyaya. What to speak of? In Vyavahara also, wherein the real nature is born or has begun, even there, the Swabhava, the Swarupa, the true nature is not given up. If it is so in Vyavahara, it is Ajnana Karya, Maya Karya, This principle certainly applies to Paramarthika Satya, absolute reality. It can never give up its because it's avikari. These are vikaris. In vikari entity, changing entity, the true nature is not given. In changeless entity, the question of giving up true nature does not arise at all. This is now being proved. Read 9th Karika.
सांसिद्धिकी स्वाभाविकी सहजा अकृताचया प्रकृतिस्सेति विज्ञेया स्वभावं न जहातिया.
He defines what is Prakriti. Prakriti is true nature. Swabhava, nature of an entity. What it is with illustrations. Ya Prakriti. Whatever the Prakriti, it is so. The definition. Take Ya Samsiddhiki Swabhaviki Sahaja means Ya Samsiddhiki Prakriti Ya Swabhaviki Prakriti Ya Sahaja Prakriti Akrita Ya Cha Akrita Prakriti. Ya, this Prakriti, Swabhavam na jahati. Ya, Swabhavam na jahati. Sa Prakriti iti, sa iti seti. Sa Prakriti iti vidneya. Know it to be Prakriti. Whether it is Samsiddhiki, we'll see what they are. Whether it is Samsiddhiki, Swabhaviki, Sahaja, Akrita, but Swabhavam na jahati. One's nature, because of which what it is, doesn't give up. That is what is called Prakriti, the true nature of a thing. Now, what is this Samsiddhiki? Samsiddhiki means which is gained samyak by siddhi, accomplishment by means such as Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga taken to can give many occult powers. Anima, Garima, Mahima, Lagima, etc. 8 powers. Ashtasiddhi. A person who has got it, they have got all the time. They are of no use from the Paramatma standpoint. Obstruction, invitation for more ahankar. But they are there. The seeker is warned, don't get involved in them. They will come on your way. But just be indifferent about them. So, you know that once Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was sitting on the bank of Ganges. A yogi happened to come there. And he was boasting that he can walk on water on the river. It's possible. So Ramdev heard, what did you do? I did tapas. How long? 12 years. He said, you have wasted precious 12 years from your life. How come? I can walk on the thing which can be accomplished by 3 paisas, half an hour, by ferry boat. You have wasted 12 years. What great deal? Ahankara, I can walk on the earth, walk on the water. Of no use. So therefore, anyway, even such siddhis, occur siddhis. Anima, garima. Anima means becoming very small. Hanuman did that. Garima becoming very big. Lagima becoming very light. Like that, many 8 of them. If they are gained by Ashtanga Yoga, they are there with the yogi all along. Who observe the norms of the yoga, achara. Of course, he has got some achara, he has to observe that, otherwise he will go. But a yogi who is established in the achara and has got it, it will always there. They will not end. They call samsiddhiki. This is prakriti, nature. Nature gained by a certain siddhi accomplishment. Swabhaviki prakriti, which is natural, like heat and light in the fire. It is nature. Heat and light in the fire, swabhavika, natural to that. That was the prakriti. Sahaja, inborn nature, like birds take to flying. Sahaja, inborn nature. Akrita, not created, like water flows. See, these things, so yeah, these are those which never give up their nature. Swabhavam na jahati. Sa prakriti, sa iti vidneya. Know it to be the prakriti, the nature of an entity. Means even in the vyavaharika world, empirical world, which is born of ajnana, which is false in nature, this prakriti doesn't give up its nature. In the paramarthika satta, Brahma, it can never give up its nature, need not be told separately. It gets established by its own. Prastavana for this is read Yasman.
यस्मात् लौकिकी अपि प्रकृतिः न विपर्येति का असौ इति आह.
But that is what is the Karika. We have read the Karika and seen for meaning first. This is how Bhashyakara introduced. Yasmat, because Laukiki api prakriti. Laukiki prakriti, nature formed this Vyavaharika world, empirical world. Says, no viparyeti, doesn't change. So then it says what to speak about the changeless Paramarthika Brahma. Its nature will not be subject to any change. We did not say Kaimotika Nyaya. If it does change, so that is what it is. Then the question comes, Kaso, what is Prakriti? Means, how do you define the Prakriti? If that is the question, say, Gaudapadacharya describes Samsiddhiki, etc. We'll see the Bhashya next time.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः।